Everyone. Good evening, guys. I know this is quite late. Yeah. Right now it is almost 8:51 according to Indian Standard Time. Pretty late actually. But somewhere I'm sure there is afternoon and there is morning also. So welcome all in VM Studios. Vishal Mehta drum hang VM Studios. I think so. This is the third hang I'm doing it. So guys, how are you doing, everyone? I hope you guys are doing safe. You're doing. Good, staying safe. Wearing mask wherever you guys are going if it is important to go. So yeah, guys, it's been a while as you. I couldn't go live, and yeah, because I had like some sort of I've had certain shows I had to wind up with, and yeah, so it was good overall. It's a bit cold in Delhi actually, so yeah, we have to take care of our health also. So I'm sure everyone is doing good, great. Yeah, looking forward for today's hang. So I just want to I want to play a bit and just want to just want to see how does it how did it go? How do it go? As in, how will it go if I play something for you? Because I have something to discuss and something to share today. Let's see. So, yeah. So let me play a bit and then we will talk. Yeah. So, oh, basically, what I'm thinking to do today is mostly wanted to share something about double strokes because I got a lot of requests regarding the double strokes, like okay, which note we should play how, and which note we should accent, and which note we should play. I mean, like as the in terms of sound, we should be playing softer. Okay, guys. So first of all, the basic. I mean, like if I share how to go about it. So the first very important thing, obviously, like the way I hold the sticks, the American grip. Uh, Obviously, there are three type of grips. One is German, where the palm has always stays down. I'm like it's like this. It's like it's like flat. You keep like this. American grip, where somewhere down the line like this, which we normally play. Like this. It's not German. It's American. So I do play like this. And then obviously there is a French. Mostly like army triplets sort of thing. You play with this, and you normally your thumb stays perpendicular, like 90 degrees, so on the top, like over the top, something like that. So yeah, I mean, like this is one thing, and then obviously the other thing is there are some players who play traditional, and there are some players who play match grip. So let me talk about first like match grip from your right hand, because normally I'm like mostly people who play traditional even from the left hand, they play match grip from the right hand. So yeah, I mean, like let me just see if I can raise the height of my pad so that you guys can see it properly. Yeah. So guys, the first very important thing, I mean, like we should be very clear in terms of whether we are playing the finger or whether we are playing the wrist. I mean, like we play wrist like this and finger. So I mean, like if you have to play, we'll be playing finger like this. We'll be playing wrist like this. So if you see this movement, I mean, like this movement, it's mostly wrist, and if we play like this is mostly fingers. Like I have learned, though it was mostly self-study when I've been, I mean, like when I was playing drums and I was practicing drums on my own. I mean, like my first ever teacher from my like school days, like um, it's been long actually. We used to call him Mr. PK, and he never taught me drums, but there is always like kind of a discipline which I learned from him. The way he always into I mean, like learning, want to learn something, want to drive something from I mean, practicing, and he was a guitar player, but so I used to play drums, and I used to hang out with him a lot, and we used to play together. And then when I came to my college, I spent I mean, like most of my time practicing drums, because I was very like I mean, like I can say I was like destined, or it was very luck. At that time, it was I was very lucky, like fortunate to have the drum kit, and got some time to play over. And I got Mr. Ashwani Verma. I'm like I still miss him a lot, and he's he was my I'm like what so-called like first ever mentor who actually taught me. I'm like he gave me like probably 3-4 lessons where he stood with me, and he taught me like what to practice, and how what other things I have to spend some time on. Mostly, I got one book from his side, and that's the only book which I practiced. And then after that, I just did things on my own. But yeah, so what I have figured it out, and what I have researched on, there are a couple of things which because I used to watch a lot of videos from other drummers. So basically, guys, what is very important also in terms of doing I mean, like doing music is you also need to listen a lot of music if you want to achieve something. If you want to I mean, like execute something, you need to go I mean, like in history of music. You need to learn something like supposedly what is Jim Shapin is saying, what is Joe Morello is saying, that okay, how what type of as in how do you have to keep hands in terms of playing. If you want to increase your left foot movement, uh, if you want to increase, what all sorts of things you need to practice at that particular time, and the time when you actually spend some time on your own practice, self practice. So what you guys need to do. So there are a couple of things, but today, like as said, I would just want to discuss more or less like a double strokes, because this is very important when you actually play double stroke in your live sessions, or I'm like wherever you guys practice. So the first very important thing, obviously the wrist, and what you guys need to actually figure it out. I mean, like you have to, whether you're using the wrist stroke or the fingers. So before that, what is most, I mean, like more important is how to keep sticks in your hand. So what I am going to do, mostly what I do. So I don't play the stick from my thumb and first finger. I don't use that mostly. So my first finger always, I'm like, remains open most of the time, and thumb normally slides, but I play from back of my 3 fingers. So normally this is the unit which I normally play from. So if you see, I practice this exercise a lot. So back of my fingers, I keep the stick and I keep playing that way. So first of all, you need to practice this to develop the like muscle to play whatever you are thinking or whatever you want to play. Similarly with your left hand, I'm like here I'm playing wrist stroke. So if you see, I'm using mostly my 3 fingers from the back, and this is very important. I'm like, you can't leave these fingers from the stick. You can't, because I've seen a lot of players play like this. I'm like this. This is not the way. I'm like, you should not play like this, because what is happening over here? So you are actually stopping yourself by doing this silly mistake by tightening the stick from here, from the front, and the whole hand is choked right now. So when you even play, it won't. You can play a little, but you have to give a lot of stress on the point where you just need to move a little forward, or you need to slow it down. So what you need to do, you need to relax your hand in a way that you are using 3 fingers from the back. Relax the first finger, and thumb just should be sliding, and you'll be playing like this. It's open stroke. So if I play, I'll show you the difference. So I'm choking my hand. I'm holding the stick very tight from the front, and I'm playing like this versus this. So this is very important. So I mean, like, we guys need to practice this a lot to achieve, and make sure whatever you practice with your right hand, equal amount of time you spend on your left hand also. That is also very important. And you can play okay, make sure that sound should remain even. I mean, like, it should not go uneven in terms of, like, the weight, because sometimes what I mean, like, normally tendency is your left hand goes little away from your right hand, and then it gets disbalanced. So those particular things we have to maintain in a way. So now let me start with the double stroke feel and what I'm going to do. So you just see the way I'm playing double stroke, and I'll go very slow, and you'll get to know, like, what I'm doing here. The very important thing which I'm going to share in a while. So just see what I'm doing. Similarly with your left hand, so what happened actually here? What did I do? I mean, like, what I am doing here is I am not playing right, right, left, left. I am not playing this. Because if you see, when I am going faster here, you know what? I mean, like I'm compressing my hands, and the sticks are not getting like a proper rebound for my hands to move little forward. It's not happening when I am playing right, right, left, left. Because when you move fast, it's kind of getting into a compressed roll, which is also when you play like a lot of buzz rolls, you don't play, I mean, like a double stroke. You play this. But when you have to play a double stroke roll, normally what you have to do, you have to use right followed by left, left, right, right, left, left. So right, left, left, right, right. So what is happening? I mean, like, once you understand this concept, like, you know, right hand followed by and then double strokes, like right, left, left, right, right, left, 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 right, right, left, left. Similarly from the left hand followed by left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right. Once you attain this kind of a, I mean, like, muscle memory in your body, and you'll be able to understand more of the double stroke when you're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So you don't have to then worry about, like, okay, if your double stroke is moving in a way or not, because you're actually using the right technique, which is right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, or left, right, right. Or what you can do, you can also use, I mean, like, there is one more thing which is happening, which I'm like, we already know this, that the second note is always accent, is always get an accent. So what I'm doing is, so see, so what I'm doing, I'm pulling my second note and giving an accent. So mostly what technique is like, basically push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push. So couple of things what you need to actually remember and always careful about those things, that do not use the thumb and the first finger in a way that don't tight your first finger and thumb. You can't play if you tight these two fingers. You cannot play this. You have to you have to be relaxed. You have to keep it like open while while maintaining the grip. Whether you play single stroke or you play double stroke. And also, if you see the height of my playing, when I'm playing, it's it has a lot of height. So basically what I'm doing, I'm letting my stick getting a proper rebound. It's breathing properly. You can't just play, or no, just just get a proper rebound. Let it bounce basically. So basically find the I mean like a point where your stick rebounds most. Because you can't hold it too away from the back, because when you hold it from the back, you need to use a lot of finger strength, and you have to move like a lot of, you know, in a way you have to use like a lot of swish swash like kind of a hand. And but if you hold it from the point where you're like you get a balance of your stick where it rebounds a lot, you'll be quite like you'll play a little easier in a way, and you don't have to use your like strength, like, you know, you don't have to use like like it's not like a bodybuilding that where you're using your strength. You just need to feel, and if the technique is right, you'll be able to play on its own. It's like you just need to push little, and it'll eventually happen. So if you see the way the designing of my hand like this, it's pretty much identical. And if you see like here, this hand, this part or this part, it's pretty much open while playing. See, can you see here? Like it's pretty much open. So and I just want to show you on the drum kit. Wait, so yeah, like let me just share this angle. Which angle? Yeah, so if you see this, this is so if you see the way I'm keeping my hands, it looks like if I'm playing, if you know, there is a little difference between German and American, but it doesn't look German at all, because my hands are little lifted above from here. So it is mostly like American I'm playing. So that is what we guys need to actually take care of, that we are playing American, and these two parts are open while playing, and your first finger and thumb should be very relaxed, like not tighten the stick, not holding the stick from the front, and mostly use the back of three, you know, the three fingers from the back, and you know, try to make sure that you are practicing this and using the right way of playing. So So basically, most of the times you can use this technique in your playing. I mean, like, I'll just show you. I mean, like, so this is the way I use double strokes while I'm, if I'm playing, and obviously I'm like with a lot of single strokes and stuff. So this is what you can practice. I mean, like, mostly when you are practicing double strokes using the kick also. It's just that, like, when you're playing, I mean, like, doubles like this, you practice this if you can. Also, what I'm trying to do is I'm maintaining a lot of weight while playing this. So it's like balancing stuff, and when you balance your foot, your hands, the sound eventually will come in even way. Not like you will not find it. You will not find it like what you call uneven, or at on the left hand side it is something like unbalancing, and the right hand side the weight is quite high. So it won't happen if the way you are sitting properly, your legs are not hurting yours. I'm like, you're maintaining a nice posture. You're not. I'm like, you don't have any strain anywhere while playing, and everything is moving in a comfortable way. So this is very, very important, and obviously, I mean, like, the people who play, traditional. So I mean, like, it's the same thing. I'll just show you here on the hi-hat. yeah, I mean, like, so what I'm doing mostly over here, that uh, I'm using a lot of I'm trying to play mostly, double strokes oriented groove or maybe improvisation, so that I keep bringing that kind of a the I mean, like, I just want to bring like double strokes mostly, so that I can my double strokes will get executed in a way that what I want to play in the groove. Because if I'm playing groove and I'm playing single stroke, that doesn't make any sense if I want to practice double stroke. So basically, you have to decide, you have to pre-decide before you sit on the practice, okay, that I need to practice double strokes, and then when you practice once double strokes, then how you have to use double strokes when you practice a groove or you want to improvise. So guys, for like today's lesson mostly on the double stroke, and I've just explained a bit of how to move, how to keep hands following the way you have to play the double strokes. I'm sure you guys are liking this and enjoying Vishal Mehta drum hand, and I'll keep coming with different concepts and different kind of knowledge, understanding of different concepts. And even if you want to share some knowledge, you guys are most welcome. Just send me DM on my Insta. I just want to share like couple of things that normally I don't do that, but you can follow me on Insta at official Vishal Mehta, and on Facebook also at official Vishal Mehta. My YouTube channel is at Vishal Mehta Official. You can go to my website and buy a lot of merchandise or maybe my signature sticks, whatever you guys prefer. You can listen to the stuff which I've already released in 2017, 19, 20. I mean, like, the whole album is there. You can listen to my work. I mean, like, you can share, you can enjoy. I mean, like, but the whole point is just practice, practice listening, just live, just be happy. So that's the most important thing. So I'll wind up this, I mean, like, with one of the, with one song which I normally I play in my clinics also. So let me see if I can. I have not practiced that song, but yeah, I just want to play that here. So see you guys, and I hope to see you soon in my next hang with a lot of questions, with a lot of solutions, and would like to see you some days. I mean, like, in person. I don't know when, but yeah, definitely. So I hope you guys are liking this, and I hope you got something in the listen in this hang. And yeah, I mean, like, you can also join Vishal Mehta Online School. You can DM me on my Insta, and we can take it forward from there if you guys have anything to discuss, to share, or to learn, and we can definitely take it forward from there. So there are a lot of things. So yeah, I mean, like, this is my studio from where I teach online also, and I do a lot of hangs. I do a lot of virtual concerts also. I do clinics a little bit. Though I mean, like, due to pandemic, it's not happening too much. But yeah, I mean, like, this is it. So just 1 minute. Let me just check the sound. Okay. Okay. So I hope we are going to. So let me just play this, and yeah, we are just going to wind up this after this song. So yeah, this is the song Piya from Vishal Mehta Live, and I hope you guys have had a good time. And see you soon, guys. Looking forward to see you soon in the next hang with the new song, the new concept. And till then, guys, stay safe, enjoy, keep practicing, guys.